Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Politically Correct Ghana lesson 369, and today, the 27th of August 2026, we want to talk about harder times ahead, Ghana, freewheeling solutions. Everyone is open to his or her views, but then the aggregate of it is what we call freewheeling. And so you select the best out of what you have, and then you put into practice. The country Ghana, when you look at the economic history, from 2017 to 2026, making it 10 years, with respect to three variables, that's exchange rate, the dollar to cedi, retail price of petrol at the pump, then of course lending rates by the commercial banks or the universal banks or savings and loans. These three determines what happens in the economy. And then you would have observed that if you take all this data and you use ANOVA, Analysis of Variance, ANOVA, you'll find out that there's a high correlation between these three variables. That's the exchange rate, retail price of petrol at the pump, then of course the lending rate, the three. It's high correlation, about 0.83. The degree of correlation, it means that all three are in tune. And the central or the fundamental lever, the fulcrum, is the exchange rate. That drives the whole economy around. And so we need to look at that carefully. What do you have to do? Based on the history from 2017 to 2026, it means that the future from 2027, the year 2027 to the year 2030 is going to be harder. It's going to be harder. Why am I saying so? The petrol price that we should expect at the pump would range between 17.99 cedis to 23.75 pesos. 23 cedis 75 pesos per liter. Then if you look at the exchange rate to the dollar, it's going to be ranging between 15 cedis 44 pesos to 20 cedis 19 pesos per dollar. Then if you look at the lending rate, it's going to range between 25.48% to 25.58%. So far, we know that the dollar is stationary at between 10 to 11 cedis. That's a stability for 2 years, which is good. But what do we have to do to reverse it? This is where we come in. If we know the future is going to be harder, if you happen to know the future is going to be harder, what do you need to do? Think about ways to reverse it, to make it easier, to improve the livelihoods of the people. And so I advise President John Dramani Mahama not to go for another term, because times have changed. The world has changed, and it's still changing. So he should go off the presidency when the applause is highest. What will be some of my suggestions in this light is, one, to stabilize the dollar or the exchange rate and to strengthen it. So far it's been stabilized. So what about strengthening it? We can strengthen it through two ways. That's the dollar backed of our currency and then the digital backing of our currency. So gold. I'm not talking of the non-traditional exports. I'm not interested in the non-traditional exports for today, but more of the traditional export, gold. The price of gold is going, as of today, 27th of August 2026, it is $4,100 per ounce. By 2030, it will be $10,000 per ounce, between $5,000 to $10,000 per ounce. So that gold mine that was sold to Ibrahim Mahama, is a no, should not happen again. Come 2017, another state mining lease would have expired. Take that back to the state and let the state run it as a state-run gold mine, and not a private Ghanaian-run gold mine. No, a state-run gold mine. We can do it. The private people take it and then they run it for themselves. Private Ghanaians. So what about the state taking it and running it to improve the livelihood of all of us, such that the gold we get from there can be used to back the digital currency, can be used to back what? The exchange rate as well. So then that the cedi gains its strength. From December, we should be expecting the cedi to fall from 11 or 10 cedis to 5 or 6 cedis per dollar. 5 or 6 cedis per dollar. Then you keep it stabilized for another 2 years. And that is how we can go. Once that happens, it means that the fuel price will also halve or go down further. And then lending rates will come down further. Food prices will come down further. Almost everything, rent, construction, and housing will all come down. Prices of houses will all come down halfway. They all chop off because we've reduced the exchange rate by half. and then you've reduced the petrol price by half, 50% gone off. So you drive down by strengthening the currency, the cedi, local currency, the cedi, both the digital and the physical banknotes. The Bank of Ghana should intensify its digital currency, the digital cedi should intensify it, spread it more, let most people use it, instead of relying on the paper back kind of currency. The name is H. Kwame Afaglo. The other approach is, but let us drive down the price of petrol at the pump using the exchange rate. And the exchange rate can be worked on based on the gold that we have in abundance. Ghana has abundance of gold, so let's use that gold to back our currency, and then we survive it, and then start giving child benefits to eliminate poverty, child poverty. Thank you.